You know you should drink half your body weight in ounces per day. So I have this fun half-gallon jar that I drink every day. It's 64 ounces and it's about 4 ounces more than half my body weight. So
just don't go out. They're walking. 6. Oh,
So these are the chicks that we just got. I'm forgetting the name of them right now, but they're cold hardy and heat hardy. They were like the week-old chicks, so they were on clearance because they weren't pre-ordered. So they were just trying to move them. So we got a really good deal on them. And our other flock of chickens, we're not sure how old they are because they came from a couple of different places. So we got them from multiple friends when they were moving, and so there's a lot of different families over there, and we can tell that the egg quality is going down. So it was just time to start raising a couple more babies. And so I'm going to show you over here. This is what I just made yesterday. This is the 4-part compost system, and it actually attaches. There's a place that they can get through in the bottom down here. So it's not complete, but it is secure. So the idea is that they can come out and work one section at a time and then be blocked off from the other 3, and then they will stir it and get all the bugs out of it and then add nutrients to it so that it can be compost. It will be heating up and making compost while they're working in succession the other piles, so that we'll get one thing of compost each week, and then each pile. We're working on putting different soil in the strawberry tower because I've killed a handful of transplants in there, and I just know that it was topsoil and it wasn't ever very good to begin with. So we just did also the drip hose this weekend. So the drip hose is all set up. We had tried to do it where it would connect to our rain barrels, which they do, but I don't think there's going to be enough pressure. So anyways, we have drip hoses to cover the whole area on 3 inlets. So that's good. Over here, I put a handful of flowers mixed in. I think I mentioned last year we didn't really do any flowers, and so I'm really excited to have that mixed in with our garden this year, as well as on the inside path. I really did not do anything, and this year that's some oregano, some thyme, some garlic, and just some other stuff in there that will hopefully keep growing as these vining squashes get up and over. I'm hoping that the ground cover will fill in. So we have some butternut squash. This whole row is butternut squash right here. We tried some new things. I decided I wanted less jack-o'-lantern pumpkins because they're not as good for eating anyways, and so we really just decided to go with a lot more sugar pumpkins because those are just tastier and more manageable for getting the pumpkin from them. So we got pink banana, which is winter squash. I wanted to do a couple more winter squashes this year, as well as the honey boat winter squash, just because we are trying to grow to preserve, and we have a pretty long winter. So sweet meat squash, these are a lot of new squashes to us. Then we have some specialty pumpkins that actually came from a neighbor last year. So I'm super excited to see if those even grow. Those are going to be more for novelty probably than anything. And then I'll take you through this way. I love this. I transplanted this about a week ago maybe. They're doing really good. So I'm happy that we have some carrots under here. I put some beets over here. We have some spinach, stuff that I just seeded. So we will see if that actually comes through. So, yeah, spaghetti squash, that's one we eat a lot of. So I decided to do quite a bit of that. And that came from seeds that we saved from a friend's farm last year. So again, like, it's so fascinating. My sister-in-law is so funny when she opens up a package and she's like, I don't know why I think it should be something other than like a sunflower seed. Like, we plant seeds from the plants we get, and that's what grows new plants. But it seems so novel, and we pay $2 or $3 for a pack of seeds when really you could pay the $2 for the spaghetti squash and plant those seeds, and you're gonna get the same thing. It's gonna be less controlled maybe, but it's truly what it is. So you can just buy the thing you want and put the seeds in the ground, and then you're also getting the fruit too. So so then, like I said, we decided to do a lot more sugar pumpkins, and then a Long Island cheese. That was a new one to me that I'm excited about. So this whole section is going to become our vegetable patch. I'm going to do some of the more bush squashes over here in the shorter area, and then I got some they're ground cherries. Yeah, vining ground cherries. I don't approve of my cat pooping in our garden. Okay, so today my big project is taking all of the nails out of this siding. We got some used siding, and in a couple of weeks, the time is coming so quickly. So this siding needs all these nails to come out so that it's ready to be put back on. We'll be doing a lot of trimming and adjusting to make it what we need, which I think I showed you guys. This is it's a little 8x12 outdoor. It's been our little barn, our little shop. It's been a great covering. It's actually turning into a little self-sufficient house. We'll just be our outdoor space for reference books and quiet times, and kind of being a more in and out than the house, which we really have to transition to get it in and out to. So another thing, this is going to become our solar dehydrator. We'll talk more about that another time. We just did a little adjusting in here this weekend. I got this trellis, which is going to be for our melons in here, because melons need a little bit warmer than our climate provides. So they'll be a little bit happier in the greenhouse, even in the summertime. That'll just give them that extra kick of heat that they need. So inside to start the sourdough. We do community brunch on Tuesdays, and so we got people coming over, and we do eggs and sourdough, and everyone brings a fruit. So we're gonna get that started. So I've been preheating the pans in the oven, and I have a couple different recipes I'm going back and forth between because I haven't figured out exactly how I like to do it. So I got this really cool Pioneer Woman Dutch oven at Walmart for $10 because it was seasonal. It was a Christmas one, so we got a really good deal on it. Got a couple of jars here. I also have these eggshells out because I throw the eggshells in the oven for about 10 minutes, and then I grind them and give them back to the chickens. So these ones in the fridge a couple of extra days. They're only supposed to be in there for 12 hours, so They are a little bit crusty on top, but
And
hopefully they still turn out.
can I do this stuff? Can I please talk?
Get these back in the oven. So I do 13 minutes lid on, 13 minutes lid off.
What?
And it's at 490 right now. So preheated. All right. I love using whatever containers I have, and I love my fun watering cans. These, I think, are sunflower seeds that I put in here last year, and they're getting eaten by little bugs. We have these little spider bugs that I need to figure out what eats them so that we can get a predator in here for them and take down the population. So I transplanted some tomatoes in here, but we ended up having a late frost and killed most of them. Killed all the ones I transplanted. So we're going to re-transplant some other ones. But I do have some peas growing, and I'm so excited. I just found those today. So last year we didn't utilize this trellis very well, and this year I'm being more intentional about growing things on that back part that need trellis. And I don't think we really utilized the front part very well at all last year. But we had some of these herbs, like this is sage coming back. And again, these are just funny. Like, I think these are sunflower seeds. When I wasn't sure what I was going to do out here yet, I put some sunflower seeds, but these have beans in them because originally, like I said, I had put the tomatoes in here, but I will replant the tomatoes, and then the beans will just keep growing in the same spot. And beans and tomatoes are a good companion, so they'll have each other. I'm just trying to water enough to keep the seeds moist to help them sprout. Once stuff really starts sprouting, it's easier for me to be committed to them, and somehow I feel like they don't need as much attention when they're still under the soil, but they really just need to stay moist enough to sprout. I love having these rain buckets just periodically around the house, because when we do rainwater, it makes it easier for me to grab the water wherever I need it, whatever part of the house, which is sometimes even better than dragging around a hose with me. So I'm just watering the lettuce seeds enough to help them sprout. I'm going to go back and forth a couple times to the watering here. It's so peaceful in this evening time, and having a few minutes. Sometimes I get to the end of the day and I feel so overwhelmed and ready to check out that I sometimes want to skip garden chores, and then I come out here and I'm so incredibly thankful, because there's something soul-filling to me about being in the garden and slowing down. And it's a great way to start your day, and it's a great way to end your day. And there's just something decompressing about it. So it's one of those things like going on a run where you think, maybe I can skip it today. And when you do, you're thankful that you did, because it gave more to you than you gave to it. That's how I feel about gardening. something that recently came to my mind as I was just reflecting and journaling on all this stuff is that my garden invites me in and it never demands. So I got a Spidey bug on my arm. My garden just continually invites me every time I go out. You know, there's some things that I could do, but nothing that I have to do. And nothing is urgent in the garden, and that's a beautiful thing about it. We'll go back and water the pumpkins. I got the nails out of the siding today, so that was my one big project. You know, I used to have 10 things on a list in one day, and now I've shortened my list, and I'm thankful if I get one thing done. And it's beautiful how much more satisfaction I can find in getting one thing done than I did ever getting 10 things done. So I try to be thankful for the little ones. Hi, chickens. We're trying a new system of composting food back there, so we're weaning them off their grain a little bit, and they always think they're starving now. I learned that their egg production can actually go down by overfeeding them. So I'm trying to find that sweet spot where they have enough and they don't think they're starving, and they're also just not overeating. And also doing the compost is just keeping them more busy, so they're not so bored in there. And I find that sometimes these are the days that are hardest to water, when nothing is out here quite yet. There's a hope of something, but no evidence. And it's, I know it's down there. I know it's in there. Some of these seeds are seeds that we personally saved, or we saved from friends' gardens or produce, and this is my first year really experimenting with that, and so, you know, wondering what will actually come up, what will actually survive. And so it's an experiment, and sometimes I wonder if I'm just wasting water, and then when things come up I'm always shocked and surprised as if that wasn't the goal. So it's always fun though when all those sprouts come up. You know, I remember that about having a baby. People are like, remember your goal, remember what you're working for. And I was still like, I was shocked. My husband said, I don't know what you thought was going to happen. Oh, our little chickies are chirping. Oh. Hi. There she goes. They're all snuggling up for bed. Yeah, under the heat lamp there. And here's Pete the watch cat. Alright. Off to the other side. I can't wait. This summer this will be crawling. I love the trellis entry. Something about it makes me feel like royalty. I love it so much. I'm gonna show you something extra special. My husband got me this lavender tree for Mother's Day. He's the best gift giver because he always listens to what I actually want, and he doesn't just get me filler gifts. And he never really asks what I want for a gift. He just listens to me, and I feel like that is truly the best gift. This is some raspberry that I transplanted the other day. I'm trying a little bit of this 7 layers of the forest. It's not scientific by any means over here, but the idea is that you put a tree and then a bush and then lower and lower, so as it goes down, and then root vegetables and vines, and that it would be the layers of the forest naturally take care of each other and protect from pests. And how is it so live and green all by itself when no one fertilizes and nobody maintains or pulls weeds or does any of that? Like, look at all these blossoms. How beautiful is that? They're so big and beautiful, man, and these bees are going to be on them anytime. Our blueberry bushes, I'm hoping we'll get berries from this year. This will be our 2nd year with them, and I want to say they were maybe a year when we got them. So I'm hoping we'll get berries this year. A lot of people say that blueberries are hard to keep in this climate because they like so much moisture and our summers get so dry. So we'll see. This is my new aronia bush. Berries, I've never heard of it, but my friend and I went to this garden expo this weekend and found it. It has really high antioxidants and pretty bitter berries, but bitter is good for us. We actually just oversweeten everything in our culture, so it's really good for us to eat the bitters, and you can blend it and make lots of stuff with it too. The lettuce is what wasn't too happy about being left in the greenhouse with the doors shut. So we'll see if that survives or not. It's looking pretty far gone right now. But we got more lettuce planted, and I would love some seeds. So if those end up going to seed, I won't be too sad. Last year we didn't have any go to seed because they were in such a cool space, which was beautiful because we got lettuce all summer long. But I never did get to collect seeds. So greenhouse is kind of my last stop. Oh, I did water in here earlier. Look at me go. It's the last stop. Some of these tomato plants I thought I planted late, which is pretty cool, because they're still doing quite well. I'm very excited about them. Tomatillo. Oh, see, I didn't think any of those were coming this year. I'm very excited. Eggs are the last stop before we close up the farm for the night. And we got 5 eggs and 7 birds, so that seems pretty average. We've been getting about that. So I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of our hens are done laying. Good night, girls. This is where we end the night. I am headed in to shower and take care of a few house things before it gets too late, I am 100% an early to bed girl. So nights are I love being up early, but that also means I have to go to bed early. So be empowered.